how does this really translate to the training program, and what is it that the training program really accomplishes? And when I've talked to people about it, I talk about it as, that it is a deep dive. This is not superficial. And that being able to genuinely become a professional that has a robust capacity to manage themselves in their professional life includes a strong intention in their own lives, much of what we've talked about in our own personal lives, and that people do that, and that it makes a big difference in their family's life, their own family life, changing patterns that have been there their whole life, and being able to then contribute to their professional and to their world, community world, in a more robust way, I guess is the way I would say it. What would you say?
Well, I think because I come from this world of people who say the family is a system, but I think what Navigating Systems does, it gives you a notion of what that really means for yourself as a member of a system, professional or familiar, that you get a sense that if you can understand yourself in a system, what you bring to any family is an awareness and a presence that is contagious for that family. It's not contagious for everyone. And I think Navigating Systems, through the stories and the theory, give people kind of a couple of clues on what they might do in their own family and then how it might look in one's professional life. But it isn't a cookie cutter. It isn't the ability to observe. And I think that when you sit with people who are observing and being self in their own family, whether it works out well or not, there is a contagiousness to it that says there's something different here. It's worth the effort. Certainly that's been our experience this year with a number of people who have taken things on that huge challenges, and they've done it with kind of an ease and not kind of a hit your head against a wall, but kind of let's see where this goes. That has just been exciting to see. And when you've got that kind of appreciation for approaching a family with that kind of curiosity and presence, you've got a different family. You've got a different family.
So you're a different person, you're saying, and so the people you interact with get something from that emotional contagion on the positive side.
On the positive side.
On the positive side.
It slows things down. And, coming from the world where everyone says, well, a family is a system, well, what exactly does that mean? And if that is so, as a visitor of the system, as a consultant or a professional, what does that mean about what you're looking at and what you think about it and what you say? And I think it's hard to list that in outline form, but as you hear the stories of what other people are doing, I think you get a knowledge, maybe a cellular knowledge about what this looks like, about how to be in an emotional system and be a little bit different.
Living theory. As Bowen used to call it, can you live theory? It's not a bunch of stuff that you learn. It's that you're living it. And if you don't live it, then...
I do wish you could do it faster.
You wish that?
I wish you could implant a chip and do it faster, because it takes a while to be able to see and think and then do.
Well, some of the people in Navigating Systems, I'm thinking, they seem like way far ahead.
This year.
This year. I mean, every year you have different kinds of experiences with people. And some years you just happen to have people that are really quick at understanding the system and taking a a more defined position for self and not being so vulnerable to the emotional contagion in their own families. It's amazing. So this,
I'm a little bit that makes a lot of difference.
Oh,
yeah.
and what I love is that I have, listening to what they're doing, it kind of ups the game for what I'm doing. Well, you get ideas about, how you do it better and more often in one's own family. I think the learning goes both ways. At least certainly this year I've noticed that dramatically. And so what do you think?
I think, it's there's something about what the faculty goes through that is heard by the people who come into navigating systems as this applies to my life. What you're going through applies to my life. Maybe it's a random coincidence that maybe, I don't know, this year is maybe the best year for our trainees. I don't know. But it seems in a way like the more people kind of get it than have gotten it in the past.
A self, you're defining a self to your genes multi-generationally. And that is, if that isn't a challenge,